They thought it was just a routine drug bust. The kind the town of Millfield had seen before, quiet, clean, and wrapped up before sundown. But when Rex, a retired military K-9 with a scar across his muzzle and eyes sharp enough to cut glass, froze in front of an old, abandoned barn on the outskirts of town, everything changed. What he found buried beneath the floorboards would shake the very foundation of the town, and leave seasoned FBI agents in stunned silence. Millfield was the kind of place that didn't make headlines. Nestled between rolling hills and thick woods, it was the sort of town where everyone knew everyone's name, and Sunday sermons doubled as town hall meetings. But there was a reason locals locked their doors early and why kids whispered about the old Hutchins barn like it was cursed. Deputy Lauren Rivers had only been on the force 3 years when she was partnered with Rex. After serving 2 tours overseas, Rex had been reassigned for local police work due to his age. Most dogs would have been retired, but not Rex. There was something in him, something that refused to rest. Lauren saw it the first day she met him, the calm intensity, the intelligence, and the pain. Both of them were trying to rebuild their lives. She was grieving her younger brother, Danny, who'd vanished 5 years earlier under circumstances the town chalked up to a runaway. But Lauren never believed that. Danny wasn't the type to disappear. That September morning, they'd been called out on a tip about a possible meth lab near the woods. A standard sweep. Lauren let Rex lead, and he did so with the confidence of a soldier on a mission. But when he stopped at the old Hutchins barn, long abandoned after a fire took the family who once owned it, he started to growl, low and deep. Not a meth lab, Lauren realized. Something worse. Rex pawed frantically at the rotting floorboards. Lauren knelt down and helped clear the space. And there, buried shallow and wrapped in plastic, was what no one expected: human remains. Several. And a child's red sneaker. Lauren's heart dropped. She recognized the shoe. It was identical to the pair Danny wore the day he vanished. The discovery rocked the town. The remains didn't just belong to Danny, but to 4 other children, all reported missing over the last 15 years. Children whose cases had gone cold without explanation. The FBI descended on Millfield within hours. Lauren stood frozen by the barn as forensics swarmed, Rex sitting silently by her side. She didn't cry. Not yet. She couldn't. FBI agent Marcus Dwyer had seen a lot in his career, but this case disturbed him on a visceral level. The condition of the remains, the pattern of their disappearance, all pointed to something organized, concealed. And whoever was responsible had to have connections, possibly even within law enforcement. It was a chilling thought. As the investigation unfolded, the town's image began to unravel. A retired police captain, Gerald Myers, was brought in for questioning. He'd led every one of the missing children's cases, always the first to volunteer, always quick to close the file when leads dried up. The FBI cross-referenced calls made from the area during the nights the children vanished. Every time, there was a connection. Myers' car logged near the barn. But evidence alone wasn't enough. They needed something concrete. That's when Rex came into play again. During a follow-up sweep of Myers' property, Rex fixated on a tool shed. Inside, beneath a false wall, they found journals, detailed entries of the crimes. He wrote about his need for purity, his twisted belief that he was cleansing the town. It was more monstrous than anyone had imagined. Myers was arrested and charged with multiple counts of murder, kidnapping, and obstruction of justice. In court, he remained emotionless. But what broke everyone was the discovery of a tape, a confession of sorts, where he spoke directly to the camera, justifying his actions as God's work. The town recoiled in horror. The man they had trusted had been their monster all along. Lauren stood in the courtroom, clutching the red sneaker, Rex leaning against her leg like a sentinel. The verdict was guilty on all counts. Myers would never walk free again. After the case closed, Lauren visited her brother's grave for the first time with Rex. She placed the shoe gently on the stone, tears finally coming. "You brought him home," she whispered to Rex, burying her face in his fur. The town changed after that. The barn was torn down. A memorial for the lost children was erected in its place, featuring a bronze statue of Rex, paw lifted, eyes forward. Lauren went on to become an FBI agent herself, specializing in cold cases. And Rex, finally retired for good, lived out his days with her, his service to the world complete. But the story didn't just end with justice. It became a symbol, a story that spread across the country about how one dog, driven by instinct, loyalty, and love, unearthed the truth others tried to bury. And how even the darkest secrets can't stay hidden forever, not when there are those brave enough to keep searching.